What if something as simple as a bowl of salt could begin melting away your debt? Not through magic or luck, but through energy, focus, and the quiet power of awareness. You see, debt isn't just about numbers. It's about weight, the invisible kind that sits on your chest, that steals your sleep, that makes you dread the sound of your phone or the sight of your bank app. Every overdue bill, every unpaid balance, carries an energy, and that energy lingers. It clings to your thoughts, to your vibration, to your space. But what if you could cleanse that weight, not just financially, but energetically? What if every grain of salt could absorb a piece of that heaviness, until your energy and your bank account finally felt light again? Imagine this: you sit at your desk, the lights are dim. A small glass bowl of pure white salt sits before you. You take a deep breath, in and out. For the first time in a long time, you don't feel panic. You feel peace. You place your hand above the bowl and whisper, "I release debt. I invite freedom." Something shifts, not outside, but inside. Your body relaxes. Your mind clears. You start to see your situation differently, not as a prison, but as a process. Because the truth is, debt feeds on fear. And when you stop fearing it, you stop feeding it. This ritual is not superstition. It's science meeting spirit. Salt absorbs energy. Intention directs it. And clarity changes behavior. So today, we're not just lighting candles and hoping for miracles. We're cleansing the space and taking strategic steps by combining this ancient act of purification with one of the most powerful financial systems ever created, the debt snowball hack. It's a simple yet transformative method. You start small, with one debt, one win, one victory. And as you clear each balance, momentum builds. That momentum becomes motivation. And that motivation becomes freedom. The salt clears your field. The snowball clears your finances. And together, they align your vibration with liberation. So as you listen to this, ask yourself, what if your freedom didn't begin with a paycheck, but with a bowl of salt? What if clarity, not struggle, was the real key to wealth? Because when energy flows, money follows. And tonight, you're not just paying off debt, you're purifying your past and writing a new energetic contract with your future. This is where it starts, with one bowl, one breath, one declaration of release. Take a deep breath and get ready to feel the weight finally begin to melt. Before we even go deeper into this ritual, I want you to pause right here, yes, right now, and do something simple but powerful. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and type in the comments below, "I release debt. I invite freedom." That single sentence is more than a comment, it's an energetic signal. It tells your mind, your money, and the universe that something has shifted. You're no longer carrying debt, you're cleansing it. This is how we begin together, not just by watching, but by participating. Every time you type those words, every time you speak them aloud, you're aligning yourself with hundreds, maybe thousands of others who are doing the same. Together, we're forming a field of collective release, a current of energy that vibrates with clarity, peace, and financial renewal. So go ahead. Write it. Let it echo in your body as you type, "I release debt. I invite freedom." And when you finish, take one more action, one that anchors this intention in reality. Like this video, to affirm that your energy is ready for change. Subscribe to the channel, because this is not just another video. It's the start of a new phase in your financial awakening. Turn on the bell, so every new ritual, every new practice meets you at the right moment, when your energy is open and your spirit is ready. These small acts might seem simple, but they are powerful psychological anchors. When you engage, when you comment, like subscribe, you're telling your subconscious, "I'm choosing growth." You're reinforcing the identity of someone who takes action, who moves energy, who creates flow. And that's exactly what wealth responds to, action aligned with awareness. Because money isn't just made through effort, it's magnetized through alignment. And alignment begins the moment you decide that your old patterns no longer define you. So right now, say it, type it, own it. I release debt. I invite freedom. That's your initiation into this ritual. It's your declaration that you're ready to cleanse, ready to rebuild, ready to allow abundance to move again. Don't underestimate this. The moment you declare it, the vibration changes. The moment you believe it, momentum begins. Now with your energy set, your space clear, and your heart aligned, let's begin the ritual. Because tonight, you're not just watching the video, you're rewriting your financial frequency. And it all starts with your declaration of freedom. What if something as simple as a bowl of salt could help you dissolve debt, not just from your finances but from your energy field? It sounds impossible, almost mystical. Yet ancient wisdom and modern psychology agree. The energy you hold around money determines how freely it moves through your life. Debt isn't just a number on a statement. It's a vibration, a frequency of unfinished cycles and trapped emotion. Every overdue payment or credit balance carries a silent echo of guilt, worry, or self-blame. Over time, that energy clings to you like dust, making abundance feel distant, even when opportunities are right in front of you. Now imagine shifting that energy completely. Picture a simple, clear glass bowl filled halfway with sea salt, pure, grounding, ancient. You place it on your desk, the same place you check your accounts or plan your payments. The room feels still. You take a deep breath, hover your hand above the bowl, and whisper, "I release debt. I invite freedom." For a moment, nothing happens, and then something subtle moves inside you. The heaviness begins to dissolve. You feel clearer, more grounded, as though a weight has lifted not just from your shoulders, but from your spirit. That's what salt does. It purifies. It absorbs stagnant energy, clears emotional residue, and restores balance. For centuries, it's been used in temples, homes, and sacred rituals to invite renewal. And when you connect that same energetic principle to something practical, like a proven debt-clearing strategy, the transformation becomes complete. Because freedom isn't found in stress or shame. It's found in flow. Enter the debt snowball hack, a simple yet powerful system to regain control. You start with your smallest debt, no matter the interest rate. You focus on that one until it's gone. Then you move to the next. Each cleared balance is a burst of momentum, a spark of progress that builds emotional and financial strength. You go from feeling buried to feeling empowered. And as your accounts change, so does your energy. The salt bowl represents cleansing. It clears emotional weight. The snowball method represents action. It clears financial weight. Together, they create motion, and motion is what money loves most. Because wealth doesn't come from panic or punishment. It comes from alignment. When your energy is clear and your habits are intentional, money stops being a burden and starts being a mirror, reflecting your clarity, your choices, and your belief in possibility. So today, you'll learn how to merge these two worlds, the mystical and the measurable. One clears your vibration, the other builds your freedom. And when they meet, something extraordinary happens. Your finances begin to breathe again. Wealth doesn't start with luck or hustle. It starts with light. And that light might just begin. In a simple bowl of salt, salt absorbs energy. The snowball method transforms it. And when you bring the two together, you begin dissolving debt, not just on paper, but in your vibration, your emotions, and your daily reality. Salt is one of nature's oldest purifiers. It doesn't just sit still. It draws out density, heaviness, and stagnation from its surroundings. When you place a bowl of salt near your workspace, your altar, or the spot where you handle your finances, it quietly absorbs the energy of stress, guilt, and pressure that often cling to money. It becomes your silent partner in cleansing, a filter that turns the invisible weight of debt into lightness. Every glance at that bowl is a reminder that what feels heavy can always become light again. Now combine that sacred stillness with structure, the debt snowball hack. This is the financial mirror of the salt ritual, where the salt absorbs emotional clutter, the snowball clears practical clutter. You simply list all your debts from smallest to largest. Don't overthink interest rates or complexities. Focus on momentum. Pay the minimum on everything except the smallest balance, and direct every extra dollar you can toward that one. Once it's gone, move to the next. With each small victory, you build confidence, focus, and a rhythm of progress. And here's the deeper truth. Every time you clear one of those balances, the salt bowl near you absorbs the residue of old energy tied to that debt. The shame, fear, or frustration you once carried begins to lift. You start feeling new space inside yourself, the kind of inner spaciousness that attracts clarity, opportunity, and peace. This is not about superstition. It's about energy discipline. The real magic isn't in the salt or the spreadsheet. It's in the consistency, the quiet ritual of showing up for your freedom every day. Because what you do repeatedly becomes who you are. And every act of organization and cleansing tells the universe, I am ready for balance. Debt doesn't just drain your wallet. It drains your power. The salt restores calm to your spirit, while the snowball rebuilds faith in your ability to change. Together, they move you from I owe to I own. Try this for just 7 days. Sit with your salt bowl each morning. Visualize the energy of your finances turning clear and bright. Then, take one small action, even a $10 payment, toward your smallest debt. Notice how your body relaxes. Notice how opportunity feels closer. Because once your energy matches the vibration of freedom, your outer world follows effortlessly. Salt purifies your vibration. The snowball purifies your behavior. And prosperity, calm, confident, consistent prosperity, begins to flow through the path you've cleared. Rachel from London had reached her breaking point. Her debts weren't astronomical, but the emotional weight was crushing. Credit card balances, lingering personal loans, and a few forgotten bills had built an invisible prison around her. Every notification from the bank felt like a reminder of failure. Every unopened envelope on her kitchen table seemed to whisper, "You're behind." She avoided her finances out of fear, telling herself she'd deal with it tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. Her relationship with money had turned toxic, full of guilt, anxiety, and silence. Then one evening, as she scrolled through her phone looking for an escape from her thoughts, a short video caught her attention. It spoke of an ancient cleansing ritual, a simple bowl of salt that could absorb negative energy and release emotional heaviness. It wasn't about numbers, it was about energy. And for the first time in a long time, Rachel felt a flicker of hope. Something inside her whispered, maybe it's time to try something new. The next morning, she took a clear glass bowl from her kitchen, poured in pink Himalayan salt, and placed it beside her laptop, the same laptop that once triggered dread. She sat quietly, placed her hand above the bowl, and whispered, "I release debt. I invite freedom." It felt strange at first, like she was pretending, but she noticed something subtle. She felt calmer. For the first time, her money space didn't feel hostile. It felt sacred. Every morning, she repeated the ritual. She began to see the salt bowl not as a decoration, but as a symbol of emotional cleansing, a reminder that she could let go of the shame attached to her financial story. But she wanted change she could measure too. So she searched for practical tools and discovered the debt snowball method, a technique that suggested starting small and building momentum. Rachel wrote down every debt she had, from the smallest to the largest. The smallest was $120 on an old credit card. It wasn't much, but it had been haunting her for months. This time she decided to face it. She paid it off within 2 weeks. The feeling of relief was electric, so much bigger than the number itself. She emptied her salt bowl, washed it, and refilled it with fresh salt. It was her way of marking progress, a cleansing of both energy and effort. Month after month, she kept going. $300 gone. Then $500. Then $1,200. Each payment became an act of freedom, not fear. She began to enjoy opening her bank app, not because she was rich, but because she was in charge. Her shame turned into pride and her anxiety into peace. By the end of the year, Rachel had paid off more than $7,000 in debt. But more importantly, she had rewritten her financial story. She said, "Every time I looked at the salt bowl, it reminded me I was cleansing my past. The snowball gave me focus. The salt gave me peace." Together, they turned fear into momentum. That's the power of this ritual. It bridges emotion and action. Once your energy is clear, strategy becomes easy. Once your fear dissolves, abundance flows. Salt has always been more than a mineral. It's a bridge between the physical and the unseen. Since ancient times, every culture has used it as a tool of purification. In temples, it was scattered across floors to cleanse energy. In homes, it was placed in corners to absorb negativity. In rituals, it symbolized truth, the power to preserve what is pure and dissolve what no longer serves. But beyond the mysticism, there's science hidden in this ancient wisdom. Salt literally absorbs moisture and energy from the air. It neutralizes ions, creating balance in the environment. That's why people feel calmer near the ocean or after a salt bath. The air becomes lighter, the mind more at ease. When you place a bowl of salt near your workspace or your bills, it doesn't just symbolize cleansing, it facilitates it. Your brain associates that environment with calmness and control, two of the most important emotional states for making wise financial decisions. Debt, on the other hand, creates a chemical reaction of its own: stress, cortisol, and mental fatigue. The moment you face your debts, your amygdala, the brain's fear center, activates. That's why most people avoid looking at their statements. But when you anchor that act inside a peaceful, sacred space, with the glow of a candle and a bowl of salt absorbing the tension, your nervous system interprets it differently. Instead of fear, you start to feel focus. Instead of panic, you feel power returning. Now here's where the science deepens. The debt snowball hack works because it aligns with how the human brain rewards progress. Each time you pay off even a small debt, your brain releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter of motivation and satisfaction. That hit of progress creates emotional momentum, which makes you crave more success. That's not coincidence. That's psychology. When you combine this with the salt ritual, you're engaging two layers of your being, the energetic and the neurological. The salt clears the emotional static that blocks clarity, while the snowball hack rewires the brain to associate responsibility with reward. It's energy meeting evidence, spirit meeting structure. And when these two worlds align, transformation doesn't feel forced, it flows. You stop seeing debt as punishment and start seeing it as a process of purification. Just like salt dissolving in water, each payment becomes an act of release. Each balance you clear becomes proof that your new vibration is working. Mystically, the salt absorbs what you release. Scientifically, your brain builds new patterns of strength. Energetically, you shift from burden to flow. For creation, even 1 hour of focused energy a day can shift your financial reality faster than a week of scattered effort. Track your progress weekly, your income, your expenses, your growth. Not to obsess, but to stay aware. Awareness is where power begins. Just as a flame needs oxygen, your money needs attention. When you give your finances consistent awareness without fear, they expand. And here's the secret most people miss. A side hustle isn't about hustle. It's about flow. It's not about working harder. It's about working with intention. Every dollar earned from something you create carries a different vibration. It's charged with freedom, empowerment, and self-respect. It's no longer just money. It's proof that your energy can turn into value and value into abundance. This is why the candle flame ritual pairs so beautifully with the side hustle hack. The flame is your focus. The work is your flow. You light the candle to clear your energy, and then you channel that energy into aligned action. You move from wishing to working with purpose. Start small, start simply, but start. Because once your energy begins to circulate, through gratitude, creativity, and service, money naturally follows. Remember this, you're not chasing income, you're creating channels. You're not fighting for opportunity. You're attracting it through clarity. Each moment of focused action adds fuel to your flame. Each small win strengthens your belief. And one day soon, you'll realize you're not waiting for wealth anymore. You're building it, one intentional spark at a time. Mystically, fire has always been more than just light. It has been a portal of transformation. From ancient temples to modern meditation, humans have gathered around flames to release the old and invite the new. Fire burns away fear, limitation, and stagnation. It purifies the mind, refines the heart, and awakens the will to act. Every flicker represents a choice, to either stay dimmed by doubt or ignite with purpose. That's why lighting a candle has always carried a sacred meaning. It's not just illumination, it's initiation. Scientifically, that same flame does something remarkable to your brain. Studies on meditation and visual focus show that staring softly at a candle's flame slows your brainwaves into the alpha state, the same relaxed, yet alert frequency linked with creativity, visualization, and strategic thinking. In that state, your nervous system calms, your thoughts settle, and your mind becomes a laser of attention. The chaos of overthinking dissolves, and clarity rises like heat from the flame. This is not mysticism or coincidence. It's neurochemistry responding to stillness and focus. That's why this ritual is so powerful. It merges ancient symbolism with modern science. The candle becomes both a spiritual tool and a neurological one. It helps you bypass the noise of fear and connect directly with your intuitive intelligence, the part of you that knows what to do next, if only you'd quiet down enough to listen. When you stare into the flame and visualize your next income stream, you're not just daydreaming. You're literally training your brain to see opportunity where it once saw risk. The neurons involved in imagining action are the same ones that fire when you take action. So when you visualize your side hustle, your brain begins to code it as familiar, possible, and safe. That psychological shift dissolves procrastination and creates momentum. Then, when you take the practical step, launching that business, sending that message, creating that offer, you complete the loop. You move energy from the inner world into the outer one. You give your fire direction. And that's where transformation happens. Energy becomes evidence. It's not the candle that changes your life. It's the focus it awakens within you. The fire simply mirrors what already burns in your spirit, the desire to grow, to create, to become. And every time you act on that desire, your brain records a new message. I follow through. I can be trusted. That self-trust is the foundation of all wealth. Because money, at its core, is trust made visible, the universe's way of responding to your consistency, your clarity, and your courage. So when you light your next candle, don't just see it as ritual. See it as rehearsal for success. You are refining your mind, aligning your energy, and telling the universe through every steady flame, I am ready. I am focused. I turn fire into fortune. Find a quiet place, somewhere you can be still, uninterrupted, and fully present. This is your sacred space, the meeting point between your energy and the flow of the universe. Sit comfortably, with your back straight and your heart open. Take a slow breath in, and let the exhale wash away everything that doesn't serve you. The noise, the fear, the endless thoughts about what you should be doing. For the next few minutes, there's nowhere else you need to be. Now light your candle. Watch the flame come alive, the tiny spark catching, growing, steadying itself. This is your mirror. The flame is you. Watch it for 1 minute, maybe longer if you feel called to. Observe how it dances, bends, and rises again, no matter how the air moves. That's focus. That's resilience. That's wealth energy in motion. As you watch, let your breathing slow down. Feel your heartbeat steady. Then, when you're ready, say softly, I ignite new wealth. Don't rush the words. Let them roll off your tongue like an ancient truth returning to you. Feel the meaning behind them. You're not commanding the universe. You're aligning with it. Every syllable is a spark of intention, and every spark has power. Now close your eyes for a moment and visualize your side hustle, your next stream of income, as if it already exists. See yourself taking action. Picture the product, the sale, the email notification that says payment received. Imagine your energy flowing into something that excites you, something that feels like freedom, not effort. Let the vision become bright, detailed, and alive. The flame beside you is feeding that vision with heat and light. Then, open your eyes and reach for your notebook or phone. Write down one small, clear action you'll take today. Not 10, not a whole business plan, just one. Maybe it's posting your first offer, sending a message, brainstorming your brand name, or setting up an account. It doesn't matter how small it seems. Fire doesn't start with an explosion. It starts with a single spark. Once your action is written, take a deep breath. Feel gratitude, not for what's coming, but for the energy you just set in motion. Then gently blow out the candle. Watch the smoke rise, swirl, and drift away. Imagine it carrying your intention out into the world, invisible but alive, searching for the people, opportunities, and circumstances that will turn your vision into reality. Do this every day for 7 days. The first time you'll feel calm, the second, inspired. By the third, something in your energy will shift. You'll begin to notice ideas coming faster, coincidences unfolding, small opportunities revealing themselves. This is how you train the universe and your own mind to respond to your focus. Because energy follows attention, and attention shapes destiny. So each night, light your flame again. Let it remind you, your wealth doesn't need force, it needs fire. Repeat this daily, not as a chore, but as a declaration. I light the fire of wealth. Let the words leave your lips like a promise, not to the world, but to yourself. Say it when you light your candle. Say it when you open your laptop, when you sit down to work, when you begin creating something that has the potential to change your life. Say it until it stops sounding like a phrase and starts feeling like an identity. Because those 5 words are not just a mantra, they're ignition. Each time you repeat them, you're sending a signal through your entire being. I am awake. I am ready. I am creating. Feel how your voice changes as you say it again. I light the fire of wealth. Let it sync with your breath. Inhale opportunity. Exhale resistance. Each repetition deepens your focus, sharpens your vision, and steadies your energy. It's not the words themselves that hold power. It's the state of being they summon. When you say, I light the fire of wealth, you are acknowledging that prosperity doesn't come from luck or chance or waiting for the perfect timing. It comes from spark, from energy turned into motion. Fire doesn't ask permission to burn. It simply finds fuel and begins to expand. You are that flame. This is what people forget about abundance. It's not passive. It's active. It's alive. The more attention and consistency you feed it, the stronger it grows. Your focus is the oxygen. Your faith is the heat. Together, they build momentum, and momentum is the true currency of success. So use this phrase as your daily ignition ritual. Let it become the bridge between the mystical and the practical. When you light your candle and whisper these words, you're aligning your subconscious to act from power, not fear. When you open your laptop and repeat them before working on your side hustle, you're turning ordinary time into sacred creation. When you say them before a meeting, a payment, or a new opportunity, you're preparing your energy to receive, not chase. Every time you speak these words, imagine a golden flame expanding within your chest, small at first, then brighter, stronger, unstoppable. Feel it moving through your body, your thoughts, your actions. That warmth is your wealth energy, clear, confident, creative. You are not asking the universe for money. You are declaring your readiness to hold it. You are saying, I can be trusted with more. I am a generator of prosperity. So today, and every day after this one, light your candle, take a deep breath, and say it again. Slowly, deliberately, powerfully. I light the fire of wealth. Let that fire guide your focus, fuel your work, and remind you that abundance doesn't wait for permission. It responds to ignition. Now it's your turn, the moment where intention becomes action. Find your candle, don't rush. Hold it for a second and feel its weight in your hand, the smoothness of the wax, the promise it carries. Then light it. Watch the flame come alive. That flicker of gold isn't just light, it's a symbol of your focus, your courage, your decision to begin. Take a slow, deep breath in. Let it fill your lungs with possibility. Exhale everything that doesn't serve you. The doubt, the delay, the belief that you have to wait for the perfect moment. Because this is the perfect moment. This is the breath where your new chapter begins. Now with your candle burning, comment below, right now, these exact words. My fire creates income. Write it like you mean it. This isn't just a comment. It's your signature on a contract with the universe. It's your declaration that from this night forward, your energy will no longer burn in confusion or fear. It will burn with creation, clarity, and flow. When you type those words, something subtle but powerful happens. You shift from thinking about abundance to claiming it. You move from observer to participant. The moment your fingers hit the keyboard, you send a pulse through the field of energy around you, a message that says, I'm ready to receive. Then, once you've written it, take one more action. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and turn on the bell. Because every ritual shared here is a spark, a lesson, a practice, a key, designed to expand your prosperity field one day at a time. Each new video is another flame you can add to your fire, another step in your journey from intention to independence. This isn't just about manifesting money, it's about mastering your energy. When thousands of us light our candles, repeat the affirmations, and take inspired action, something incredible happens. Our individual flames join to create a wave of collective prosperity. Together, we're not waiting for opportunities anymore. We're lighting them. Every time you comment, every time you share, you feed the fire, not only yours, but everyone's watching alongside you. That's the energy of wealth in motion, collaboration, expansion, community. So as your candle burns, take a moment to smile. Feel the warmth of possibility on your skin. Whisper softly to yourself, my fire creates income. And know this, tonight isn't just another evening, it's your beginning. The night when your energy stopped flickering in hesitation and started burning in purpose. Because abundance doesn't appear by chance, it responds to ignition. And tonight, your fire begins.